We're at the New York International Auto Show, and you can see there is a ton of interest in the all-new Infiniti QX80, new technology, a new powertrain, new features.
Yeah, this is a body-on-frame SUV. This is going to be their flagship model. It's a big three-row luxury SUV that's going to go up against the big boys in this class, like the Cadillac Escalade, the Lincoln Navigator, and so on. So it's a big mountain to climb, but it's got the powertrain and the features to get there.
Infiniti says they want to take a chunk out of Lincoln and Cadillac sales. This is a first look of the Infiniti QX80. So this new look is bold, it's commanding, it kind of has this imposing style to it. We spoke to the chief engineer and also the chief designer of the QX80, and they talked a lot about the headlights showing this piano key feature. And the concept actually went right across. This doesn't have it. Maybe in the future they may add that to this vehicle. You can also see that it continues in the grille here as well. It's a high gloss black grille. You've got the Infiniti logo. Of course, it's the infinite road here in that logo, which is pretty cool. Now, this carries through to the side of the vehicle as well. You can see the air vents have got kind of that sleek look as well with the piano key style, as well as the running boards. It continues here.
So we found out from the head designer that one of these air vents on one of the sides actually is functional.
Yeah, it's a functional air vent. And also underneath here, you can take a look that this is a functional air vent as well. I can put my hand right through. Now moving to the profile of the QX80, you'll notice that there's flush door handles. When you approach the vehicle, they pop out, and when you start driving, then they close. So everything stays really simplistic and sophisticated looking. This comes standard with 22-inch wheels, and there's a full-size spare tire under the vehicle. Moving to the rear of the QX80, you've got the piano key motif here, and it's really sophisticated looking. It goes right across the vehicle, the whole width. You've got the Infiniti and block letters, and then the QX80 badging. This is the autograph trim, so you'll notice that the autograph is on the side of the vehicle. Now to open the power tailgate, really easy. There's a button right here on the side. And when I spoke to the chief designer, they said that this offers more space now, and it has to do with the layout of this space. Before, the old QX80 cut in a little bit, so this is a slightly boxier design, giving you more space behind the third row, which is difficult to do in an 8-passenger vehicle. Underneath here, you've also got some extra storage as well.
Well, we recently had the Lincoln Navigator to drive, which is a direct competitor to this, and it does not have air suspension, which seems like an omission on a luxury flagship model. The QX80 does have air suspension, and it has adaptive suspension. So what can this do? Well, if you put it in the park or load mode, it'll drop the suspension down by 2.8 inches, which makes things easier and people to get in and out of this vehicle. So if you're driving along at highway speeds, you want to be more aerodynamic. It drops the vehicle down by 2.1 inches, and the opposite is true. If you want to go slow and off-road, it can raise it, so maybe you're going through a cottage road or over boulders, this can do it. In addition to that, it has the adaptive component, which reads the road and adjusts the suspension electronically to give you the best ride. So in Canada, all of that technology comes standard. We get a higher equipped vehicle north of the border. In the United States, if you want those features, it's one up from the base model.
So this is pretty cool. They actually have a display of the new engine here. So gone is the V8. Infiniti has moved to a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6. Now it actually gets more power than the outgoing model, an extra 50 horsepower and 102 pound-feet of torque. It gets 450 horsepower and 515 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada. In the US, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available. The QX80 can tow up to 8,500 pounds.
Well, if you know anything about the old QX80, it's a legacy product, meaning it's been around a long time and kind of old. And they put a lot of attention to the outside and especially the inside because this is what you interact with the absolute most with any new vehicle. And there's a certain wow factor. Beautiful materials in here, beautiful cut and sewn leather, soft touch materials, big large screens, an amazing Klipsch audio system, and I'm going to jump into the specs of that. It's quite incredible. The available sound system is called the Klipsch Reference Premier Audio System, and it's a first. It boasts 1,200 watts of power and features 24 speakers that are integrated into the interior, including Highline roof-mounted speakers and titanium tweeters. The sound system also allows for individual audio, so you can get things like phone calls or navigation played right into the driver's headset, so it doesn't impact the passengers. If you don't get the 24-speaker sound system, there is a standard 14-speaker Klipsch Premium Audio system. The overall layout up here of the center console is very Range Rover-like, with the screen running the HVAC controls and also the drive modes.
Now the screens in here are impressive. Once again, very sophisticated and modern looking. You've got dual 14.3-inch screens, a digital driver display, and a touch screen. And then this screen below, which Zach had mentioned for climate control and drive modes, is 9 inches. This comes with semi-aniline leathered seats. You can see on this autograph model, you've got the two-tone option, plenty of storage. I actually like how they've got this separate parts. You've got a wireless phone charger in here, and then you've got your cup holders, and then a pretty deep storage unit here as well. The door pockets are also quite large, so you've got some nice storage in this big body-on-frame SUV. Heated and ventilated front seats in the front row, heated and ventilated in the second row, and guess what? That third row also has heated third row seats. So Infiniti really wanted to emphasize comfort level in all 3 rows for all passengers. Now on the top 2 trims, this is illuminated, but it's not a standard feature. So on the lower trims, you're not going to see this. I did ask, because of the piano keys at the front of the vehicle, is this maybe guitar strings? And the chief designer said no, it's actually a kimono. The touchscreen has Google built in, which is actually a first for Infiniti. You get Google Maps, Google Assistant, and Google Play. There's also wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. These are standard features, and the wireless Android Auto is another first for Infiniti. Now I'm in the second row now. Infiniti really focused on quietness of the cabin in this model. They really want it to have a luxury experience. I have to say these second row seats are very comfortable. Now one thing that's different in this QX80 compared to the previous model is that the previous model did not slide fore and aft. So you've got reclining seats here. So one benefit of that, when you try and climb into the third row, the good news is if you have a car seat in this seat, you don't have to remove it. So it does make it a lot easier to get in and out of that third row and keep already the car seat in the second row. Now this does offer a bench seat. The autograph trim has captain's chairs, and guess what? Whether you're in the front row or the second row, these seats are massaging seats. Now there is a few different ways to adjust the seats in the second row and all of your heating, heated seats, ventilated seats. You can either do it with the tablet, you can do it on the seats, and you can also do your climate control here as well. So there's a lot of different areas for you and different options. So getting into the vehicle is quite easy. These seats fit 3 people. And what I really like about this is the flat floor in the back. So whether you're in the middle seat or you're on the sides, you definitely have some pretty good leg room here. And then the other thing is, I'm gonna move into this seat. It also reclines as well. So you've got your headrest here that you just pop up, and then you have the reclining seat too. So it's all really pretty comfortable. I had somebody last night sitting in the front that was quite a tall person. He moved the seat up a bit for me, but I am finding that there's pretty good leg room in here.
So one of the things about the old QX80 is that it was old, and because of that, the price was lower than much of the competition, which made it an attractive option. Now they've added all of this design on the outside, the inside, a new powertrain, still making it a capable body-on-frame truck, but the price has been adjusted. It is competitive though with its domestic rivals. So the US pricing in just a second. Here's the Canadian pricing. The base model is basically $105,000, and the top trim, the one you see here, is $125,000. Now the base model in the United States is just a two-wheel drive model, and it starts at $82,500. You can add all-wheel drive to the base models for $3,100. The most expensive model is this Autograph four-wheel drive, and it's basically $110,500.
Now, before we go, we want to mention one more cool feature that the QX80 has. It's a wide front view, and it uses the front camera, so it really helps with maneuverability or if you're going in and out of tight parking spots.
And really for off-roading, so you can see the image in front of you if you're going over a hill. So that's the new QX80, body-on-frame SUV, the flagship from the brand, and the brand is trying to make a resurgence. They've left a lot of their products for a long time. It's nice to see them put some attention to this. So when's it going to be on sale?
Yeah, hitting dealerships sometime in the summer, and it is made in Japan. So we look forward to driving the new QX80 one day soon. From the New York Auto Show, that's a first look of the new Infiniti QX80.
If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.